Did you know the total value of snail imports in 2022 was 61,801,000 US dollars, which is equivalent to, in Kenya shillings, 9,412,292,300. The world total snail exports in 2022 was 59 million US dollars, which is equivalent to 9 billion Kenya shillings, 64,896,000 Kenya shillings. There is a world shortage of 2 million US dollars, 281,000, or an equivalent of 347,396,300 Kenya shillings. And here I have been busy killing snails because they are eating away at my food seedlings. I have been using the self-watering plant techniques to grow my fruit seedlings using my recycled kitchen water waste. I noticed recently a lot of snails around the plastic bottles. It was peaceful coexistence at first until they started eating away at my seedlings. Then it became personal. Hi, my name is Fostina, spelled Fostina. My last name is Mani, as in cash, spelled Mani. You can find out more about me from our website www.fostinamani.com. I am the Global Trade Engagement Director at Better Grains. You can find out about Better Grains from our website www.bettergrains.com. I'm also the founder of a marketplace called Mothers of Africa Mobile Soko, and the link to the Soko is www.mothersofafricamobilesoko.com. I believe Africa can feed itself. I believe Africa can profit from agricultural trade. And that is why I am championing for an agricultural market revolution that favors Africa. By the way, do you know what the self-watering plants are? It is simply cutting the plastic bottle into half. Make a hole on the bottle top, then use the top side of the bottle to plant the seedlings in soil. The bottom of the bottle, you use it to store water. Then you simply place the top side of the bottle in the water with the bottle top sitting inside the water. November is rainy season in Kenya. As you can imagine, the heavy rains and my recycled kitchen water waste is more water than I need. Unfortunately, breaking the habit of recycling kitchen water waste during the rainy season is proving to be more difficult than I thought. Unfortunately, the poor snails have had to bear the brunt of my wrath, or should I say, withdrawal symptoms from not recycling water. Clearly, the snails are becoming a problem. Unfortunately, my analytical mind thrives in discovering and developing solutions for Africa's agriculture. And snails have been on my mind a lot lately. One of my favorite shawls is made from snail silk. It was a gift from a Zambian lady based in the UK who was running a snail farming project where she was working on implementing the project in Lusaka, Zambia. She had given me the shawl as an incentive for me to implement a similar project in Kenya, which was put on the back burner, but I never forgot. I kept on saying one day I will do a deep dive thinking on snail silk. Well, the day has finally come. And yes, there is plenty of YouTube content on snail farming. The first place I made a stop was the snail silk production. The technique is ancient and the technology involved is simple. What I liked most about it, it was something Africa can incorporate for our very many idle youth. See, I accidentally discovered how to grow snails through my recycled kitchen water waste project. There's also enough information on how to make snail silk, so I decided my next blog would be on snail trade. So why don't I get into snail farming and produce silk myself? Well, I only have 24 hours a day, which means I cannot do everything or get into every business. I only focus on what I'm good at and is most impactful, which is a mind shift that will bring about agricultural markets revolution that favors Africa. However, I know that there are thousands and thousands of idle African youth who will read or listen to this blog, and who knows, perhaps one will get inspired, research on snail farming. However, to help them get started, I wanted to share some market research on snail trade that would inspire them. Did you know snails can be used in making cosmetics? Yes, there is skin repairing and skin regeneration cream that is used that is made from snail slime. Did you know that the anti-aging cream as well is made from snails? Did you know there is a Kenyan snail farmer who is reported to have quoted 1 kilogram of snails to be selling at 1,500 Kenya shillings, or an equivalent of $9.85 US. 1 kilogram of snail shell is selling at 1,443 Kenya shillings, an equivalent of $9.48 US. The current market for 1 kilogram of snail slime is 6,244 shillings, which is equivalent to $41. Did you know Africa's entire snail export in 2022 was 14 million US, which is an equivalent of 2 billion Kenyan shillings, 133 million. The leading African exporters of snails in 2022 were Morocco at 8 million US, which is an equivalent of 1 billion Kenyan shillings and more. Tunisia at 2 million US, an equivalent of 388 Kenyan shillings millions. Senegal at over 1 million US, an equivalent of 238 million Kenyan shillings. Algeria was at 766 US, an equivalent of 116 million Kenyan shillings. Cote d'Ivoire was at 126,000 US, which is an equivalent of 19 million Kenyan shillings. Guinea was at 114,000 US, an equivalent of over 17 million Kenyan shillings. Sierra Leone was at 60,000 US, which is an equivalent of over 9 million Kenyan shillings. Cameroon was at 33,000 US, which is an equivalent of 5 million Kenyan shillings. Zimbabwe was at 16,000 US, which is an equivalent of over 2 million Kenyan shillings. Benin and Ghana was at 5,000 US, an equivalent of 761,000 Kenyan shillings. And Egypt was at 3,000 US, which was an equivalent of 456,000 Kenyan shillings. My beloved Kenya, Ethiopia, Botswana, Congo, DRC, Madagascar, Mauritius, Nigeria, Rwanda, Uganda, and Tanzania are absolutely not exporting any snails. Eswatini, Equatorial Guinea, Mozambique, Seychelles, Zambia, Angola, Namibia, and South Africa are importing snails, with Namibia importing over 200,000 US, an equivalent of 32 million Kenyan shillings and above. South Africa is importing $222,000, an equivalent of more than 33 million Kenyan shillings. This is what they did. They imported in 2022. Clearly, there is a huge market and demand for snails. If a lot of the African countries will embrace snail farming as a simple business, then snail farming will open doors for youth businesses in Africa. The world leading importers of snails in 2022 were France at more than $16 million, which was an equivalent of more than 2 billion Kenya shillings. It was followed by Spain with $10 million, with more than $10 million, which was an equivalent of more than 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Italy followed with $6,444,000, which is an equivalent of 981 million Kenya shillings. Romania was at over $3 million, which was an equivalent of 594 million shillings. Bosnia and Herzegovina was at more than $3 million, an equivalent of 791,400 Kenyan shillings. Portugal was another leading importer at over 2 million US dollars. Actually, it was 2,783,000 US dollars. It was an equivalent of 423 million Kenyan shillings more than. USA imported over 2 million US dollars of snail, which is an equivalent of 398 million Kenya shillings. Again, I'm giving you the round figures so that I don't bog you down with the details, but the information is on the presentation as well as on the notes if you're interested in the number. Czech Republic imported 2,599 million US dollars, an equivalent of 395 million Kenya shillings more than. Okay. Lithuania imported over 2 million US dollars of snail, an equivalent of 393 million Kenya shillings. Germany imported over 1 million US dollars of snail, which was an equivalent of 153 million Kenyan shillings. Belgium imported 970,000 US dollars, which was an equivalent of more than 147 Kenya shillings. Canada imported an equivalent of 867,000 snails, which is an equivalent of 132 million Kenya shillings. Hong Kong imported 650,000 worth of US dollars worth of snails, which is an equivalent of 98 million Kenya shillings more than. Netherlands imported 647,000 worth of snails, which is an equivalent of more than 98 million Kenyan shillings. Greece imported 493,000 US dollars, which is an equivalent of over 75 million Kenya shillings. China imported 428,000 US dollars of snails, which is an equivalent of more than 65,000 Kenya shillings. The data clearly shows that there is a huge export market opportunity for many African countries, especially those who do not consume snails. My advice to anyone considering snail farming is to take their time and do their research carefully. Google as well as do your own personal research. YouTube is always a good place to start. My hope is I have inspired Africa to think differently and to also use what is readily available to them, and snails happen to be one of them. Very easy to grow, and very few Africans have ventured into snail farming. Thank you for listening to me. Please like and subscribe so that you can be updated whenever I post new content. God bless you for taking the time to listen to me.